Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Menace Rides. I did it again, we're back at the barn, it's been a while. I bought another Peugeot 308cc GT and guess what? It's got a roof problem. This is an interesting one guys, stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, I've done it again. I've bought another Peugeot 308cc GT. It is black in color, however the interior is some sort of burgundy leather color, so you'll see it's not the same Peugeot. And how did this happen? Well, we fixed the Peugeot in the previous video. My wife drove it for at least 8 months. Very reliable vehicle for her at the time. We sold it. And when I was selling it and I was double checking my ad and the feedback I was getting on the ad, obviously places like Facebook and eBay and Gumtree propagate the same vehicle because of your search. And I found another one. And the guy watched my video series and tried to do a DIY repair on his roof. He couldn't come right. I spoke to the fella. He was about an hour and a half drive away from where I am. I caught a train there was a 2-hour trip and managed to do a deal on the Peugeot, a great deal, and basically I couldn't let the deal go. We had so much good feedback on our previous Peugeot video that it just made sense for me to try and fix this Peugeot, seeing as though the seller had tried everything in our previous videos. So I'll put a link to the other videos somewhere up here in this video if you haven't seen that. That's basic fault finding on a Peugeot 308cc GT 2009 folding roof. A lot of trial and error in those videos and we managed to come right. Why did I buy this one and why was it attractive to me? It's because I like to problem solve things, put content out there to help you guys, and at the same time the price was so good that I had to just buy it. He'd been struggling with the roof. The car's got awesome body lines, awesome paintwork on it. It does need a couple of other things, but the priority is to get the roof to work so that it is effectively a convertible. Otherwise it's not worth much, and that's why I got it at a good deal. It's because I'm willing to put in the time, effort to diagnose and fix the roof. Once the roof's fixed guys, my idea on this one is a little bit different to the others. I've looked at some images online and I've looked at a couple of renditions, and I do believe the 308cc GT has a lot of good body lines to work with, and being a coupe convertible, quite desirable and sporty looking. I do believe we can modify this and make it a legitimate street car at a good price. Not everybody can afford a Matt Armstrong Aston Martin or Lamborghini, but I do believe at a good price we can convert this into a legitimate street car with some good power. It's not going to be a racing car, but I do believe it's going to be an awesome looking car when we're done with it. So stay tuned for this series because it's going to be a little bit different and we're going to get things wrapped on this car. Stay tuned. Okay guys, that's our Peugeot 308 standing idling. It is autumn going into winter, and when the leaves drop in this country, the temperatures go from, we're talking the UK, temperatures have gone from a fairly comfortable 12-15 degrees Celsius to 1-1 when the leaves drop. So the car is a 308cc GT convertible. The body lines are awesome on this car. Yes, it doesn't look great at the moment. It's been standing a short period of time with other work commitments. But if you have a look on the inside, it's got a nice desirable hand-stitched leather interior. You can see I've already gotten started. So basically, take you inside the cockpit here. What do we have as mileage? We've got 86,000 miles. Not too bad for the year model. I've already tested every single fuse and relay in the glove box compartment as well as on the engine bay off camera. I did all that in my previous videos with you guys, so just hit the link and follow the previous video series. What's odd about this car is that when you try and do anything with the roof, it actually brings up no fault, it says nothing, and does exactly that, nothing. I have stripped to test the switch. Switch seems to be working. In these cars you have to have the parcel shelf in the rear boot deployed so that it activates a micro switch. If we have a look now, I'll give it a quick test. The car is idling so that we are not in eco mode. Eco mode is battery saving mode. So grab my fancy loose cables here. You see, if I try and deploy the roof right now, I do get a error which says impossible to maneuver the roof, screen not deployed. So let's deploy our screen, guys. That's the parcel shelf we're talking about. There's a micro switch on the left hand side. Inside there, there's a micro switch that you need to activate. Parcel shelf is now deployed. Make sure you close the boot properly, otherwise you will not get a working roof either. Okay, back in the car, door closed, and we'll push the button. Not even a warning, not even a fault, or normally the message you get is impossible to complete roof maneuver, or complete roof maneuver immediately, and we're not getting any of that. Obviously the switch is working, guys, that's why it's out. I've tested it. You are getting the return voltage. I've tested everything there. Every fuse, every relay is good. I've double checked the relays on the hydraulic pump in the rear, all good. I've double checked the common wires that you find. I've opened up everything to have a look at the mechanism in the roof, and I simply can't find an issue. So I've resorted to the left hand side door. And why have I done that? Well, on these Peugeots you have got an automatic handle, door sensor handle. So if we have a look at it, if I approach the car and I put my hand, I don't know if you saw that, but the window automatically comes down to open the door. There we go. I put my hand on the handle and it drops automatically before I open the door. So there is a sensor in that handle that activates the window. Maybe you'll see the window. There we go, it moved and it goes back up. There we go. I am not getting the same response from the left hand side. So my hand will go on the handle. I'm holding it. Nothing happens. As soon as I open the door, the window drops, which is not what you want. So my theory is to start with basics. It is a problem. It is not working as an auto window drop down. So I've decided, and I have already got the part with me, it's lying in the bag there. I've decided to simply unplug the electrical connectors from the current door handle, which sits at the top here, plug in the new handle to take its place, and see if the sensor actually works. If I'm not getting a response from there, we will have to problem shoot this awesome Peugeot and get it to work. So another fault we have is this window works with the passenger's control. You see, window down, window up, no problem. When I use the master sensor control, it does not work, and when I use the driver side door control for this window, it does not work. I'm going to start with replacing that. If that fails, I'm going to replace the door control module. If that fails, I'll probably have to resort to replacing that motor. When these windows do not work, because with the convertible, as you press the button, the windows need to go down first so that the roof can start operating, and that's why I need to correct this door first to eliminate that as an issue in the roof not working. So I'm going to replace that switch, and well, I'm not replacing it on the door side yet. I'm just going to plug it in there and see if I can get a response that way. Cool. Right guys, so on the Peugeot 308cc,
I hope this fixes the roof, but it doesn't. If it doesn't and it fixes this window, then at least you know how to do that. You've got a blue and yellow connector which go back to the handle and the sensor. I've unplugged them, and it's pretty easy not to confuse this because the accepting side, on the wiring harness side, there is also a blue and a yellow tab for the new switch. I'm simply going to, off camera because I've only got two hands, plug this in and give that handle a test. Okay guys, I've got it plugged in. This is my setup. So I've got the original handle installed still. That'll be used to open and close the door obviously. But just to test the sensor, I'm going to put my hand on it or over it like it should be. And nothing. No difference. No recognition that I'm here. No recognition that this window needs to drop down. There we go. That's me just opening the door. I'll show you the setup. There goes our handle. Anyway, so all I did is plug the handle in, had it here at the rear window so that I could activate it, and I'm getting no response. I do believe the next problem could be on the motor unit. Sad about that, because to remove the window motor mechanism, that little window comes out to get this window out, and you've got a terrible space to work with, and everything needs to slide out the door frame and get reset back in, and that's gonna be a epic video because the space is horrible. Alright guys, so no luck on this one. The other things to look out for are on my previous video. This didn't seem to work. Another item that could be of interest is actually this. I don't know if you can see that, but another item of interest is this Bitron BEM. I do believe that this is a door control module. I think I'll go the route of replacing that first because it's, number one, easier to get to, so less time wasted, and it is only £25 second-hand on eBay. I think I'm going to order that, and once that's ordered, I'll do another video on replacing that and seeing if we resolve anything, and hopefully that fixes our roof issue. So, not a great result, a little bit disappointed, but we'll get there.
Okay guys, I hope that was helpful in some sort of way. And the reason I thought I'd film that is that we never had any window issues on our previous Peugeot videos. And if you do have a Peugeot 308cc, whether it's a GT or not, or a 207 or a SLK, you know, that's where the system is derived from in any event. Non-working windows will affect the ECU or the computer that tells each function what to do in the process of opening and closing that hard top roof, for example. And if you've got a faulty window mechanism, or it's not working and your roof's not working, either way you need to fix that window mechanism to have a car that's functioning properly, irrespective of the roof. So one of the first things I would do or look at is fixing the windows, making sure they work like they should, making sure they do what they should, so that eliminates the possibility of that being the issue for your roof not working. Like I said, if your window's not working anyway, it needs repairing, start there and then follow the processes I followed in my other videos, and the process I'm going to follow in the future videos, which is going to be the door control module and then possibly the motor control module. That motor in that window has got about 8 or 12 wires going into it, and it needs to get the information from somewhere. I have plugged in the scan tool. All the micro switches are sending a signal, and what I mean by that, they are showing either open or closed. If you do a scan tool on a Peugeot and you run the auxiliaries and you go into the open close roof sensor protocol on your scan tool, if you're getting something that says micro switch left hand side door faulty micro switch, or you have a faulty line, electrical line that goes from the micro switch through to the body control unit. So hopefully fixing this window is going to sort this problem out, and hopefully you stay for that journey. I really hope this was helpful. It's a short video, but looking at the response I got on my previous Peugeot video, I hope this helps. And it seems like there is a problem with these cars in some way, electronic. They're not new anymore, and these things are going to come up, and they're lovely cars, so let's get them back on the road. Stay tuned, like, share, subscribe, man, that's right.